on the moon. It looks like the moon, doesn't it? The moon Jeep. Yeah, that's the moon out there. Far as you can see, it's the moon.
Alright, Tom's gonna crawl in and check it out. See if it opens up a little bit.
Everything's all eroded around here. Well, that's a long crawl.
Yeah.
Ouch.
We're crawling our way into this portal. Literally crawling. Got about 30 feet to go and it hopefully opens up. Tom, of course, is going to check it out first.
Here comes Julie. She's a dedicated mine explorer. Crawling on her belly like a snake. Alright, we'll let her catch up for a second. This is a little alcove to the left. I had a Julie there. We got to a place we could stand up finally, although we're going to have to hunch over again to go further on. But this is just a short little... Go ahead. I already looked in here. It's kind of an interesting little vein. There's some nice colors and a little bit of a stope up there. And some white calcite or something. Alright, let's go down this way. We got to bend over a little bit. It's pretty low. Here's a big chute. I can't see up very far. Somebody ate a bird in here. Looks like a pigeon. I don't think there are any pigeons right here though. Here's a low timbered area. Boy, look at the water level. This floods. This is all dried mud, and you can see the water level about 1.5 feet up the rib. I don't know what that does. This is the lesser used part of this mine. Explored part, I should say. The small stope. Want to go ahead? No? Here's one of their ventilation hangers. And not a footprint in here. Look at all the dried mud. There's a huge waste pile outside of this thing. So, if it's not collapsed, it goes somewhere. Still some air blowing through here. All the track ties are here. Lots of track ties and other short pieces of timber. Hopefully that's not the end already. Hopefully it turns to the right. Turning. Turning. Oh, here's a big stope. There's some track over that way. Oh, there's nice air blowing through here.
Wow, look at that vein.
Yeah, it's a beautiful vein, isn't it? That's probably about a 20-foot tall stope. Well, let's see this. So this is the main intersection here. This is the way we were going, that way. This is left as we're coming in. It's got track, although that looks like the main line because the track curves that way, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You want to take this right first?
Okay.
Okay, right hand rule. There's a ladder. Boy, this twists all around in here, doesn't it? That's kind of the back side of that stope we were just looking at, the 20-foot tall one. This meanders over this way. Do you want to go back and stay in this,
Yeah.
the first right that we took? That was, so not, take a left, go ahead. I'll follow you. Already an interesting little mine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, here's something. The shaft, huh? Watch it. Oh, so there's a lower level. This is the end of this right here. Yeah, it definitely looks like there's another level down there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The water pipes and air lines both go down in there. Is this a mirror over here? Dare I step on this? No, that's not a ladder system. So that's something to consider for the future, that shaft going down there. Yeah, let's take another right. Well, look at that vein there.
I know.
Beautiful. This lagging up here, a crib holding a bunch of waste rock. Julie's looking up the ladder we just looked up a minute ago. Tracks still go this way. Well, I'm glad we crawled in there already. Here's some blue. Beautiful minerals in here. A little pocket to the right they've excavated. Track curves hard to the left. That's it, huh? Yeah, there's the face of this drift. This stuff has the traditional lead silver look to it, which a lot of the mines around here are lead silver. This is up into a small stope. Alright, let's go see some more of this old mine. Okay, we're back to this good sized stope. We're going to take a right. That would have been straight coming in. Here's a chute. Up into a stope. Kind of a stumbly mine with all this timber on the ground.
And rocks.
Oh yeah, and rocks. I don't know where all this small timbering is coming from.
Yeah.
It's like splintered. So here this one ends at a big chute. It's jammed solid. An old piece of a ladder there. Just one of the stringers. Boy, that's got a lot of weight on it up there, doesn't it? Wow. The lagging on the back of the mine is packed solid. Although there are some pretty heavy timbers under here holding it up.
There's a
Wow.
load count right here.
Oh yeah,
And then some.
some load counts. Jack Moss, 1930 something. Does that say 19? It looks like 1937. Billy the Kid. Billy the Kid. There's something here too. I don't know. Is that a face? Interesting. It's very heavily timbered with lagging and bracing on the back of the mine. I think there was a big stope above us and a lot of things have fallen out of it and loaded this up. Here's a left. Oh boy. That goes as far as I can see.
This, I don't know about.
This is Pitcher, Oklahoma.
Dorothy and Bill.
Dorothy Bill. Well, let's keep going straight here. Here's something that maybe had gone down at one time there. But doesn't now. How'd you get behind me? You sneaker. Terrero, New Mexico. Never heard of it if it's a place. And I even lived there. Jack, didn't we see that guy's name before?
Mm-hmm. Jack Moss.
Ogden. 45. Scared myself. There's a red chute. Tracks are still here. I can't read all that. Yeah, you can go ahead at me if you want. Looks like it keeps going a little ways. Interesting mine, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a few modern, well I say modern, like 70s maybe, cans and bottles, but not really a lot more modern than that. Another intersection. It keeps going that way quite a ways.
That probably keeps going that other way.
Here's a up. I don't know what that does. Had track in it. Let's keep going this way. You know where we are now, right?
Yeah.
Here's the contact zone with the hanging wall on the right. Looks like Julie's put the brakes on.
The face.
It usually means the face of the drift. Yep, that's it. The vein apparently pinched down to not enough to make it worth it. Alright, back to, we have a right we can take. Okay, this is the spot where we could take a right. Now we skipped. Look at this big smooth spot. Sorry if I'm wobbling around like a drunk sailor. Oh, Julie said, oh boy, you know what that means, ladders. Or something scary. Oh boy, that's right. There's a short spot to the left that's been taken. One beer overhead here. Well, let's see what she's old boying about. Mm-hmm. I've got a safety rail up here. Keep you from going over there all at once. I don't think it goes down terribly far. It's kind of neat to be on this angled vein though, isn't it?
Yeah, I like this.
I do too. We've been in all kinds of mines that are like this.
There's some.
Yeah. Very interesting. Last short stalls. Huge lagging area over to our left here.
Look at these stalls are breaking.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Look, all of them are.
Yeah. This is a
1,
little
2,
compromised.
3, 4, 5 stalls broken. Splintered 6. Look at that. What's it take to compress a stall like that?
It's like split right in two.
Yeah. Split or buckled all together.
Yeah, look at that split.
Yeah, you probably don't want to go down there.
Mm.
I don't see any tracks, so I'm not sure it's a level. Although there must have been a way that they worked it down. I don't see any way to lift it out of here, so they must have worked it down lower somehow. There were some workings down below this, but we couldn't get at them. Okay, moving past the big downward slope, stope. Downward sloping stope. Say that fast. Here's an interesting area. Yeah, this is kind of a crumbly area, isn't it?
Very sketchy over here.
Is it?
Well, you got this huge wall here.
Yeah, very crumbly. Oh boy, this is buckling too, isn't it? Julie, oh boy.
Don't dilly-dally there.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is breaking through here. These miners were some smokers, weren't they?
Yeah.
I must have seen 100 cigarette packs. No tins, but all packs, soft packs. This probably isn't too much bigger because I've already seen a fair amount in the waste pile. It was big, but not like, you know, biggest we've ever seen. I'll bet you there's a lower level here. Well, somehow they dropped the stuff from that stope down and came out somewhere lower. There was a huge waste pile a little lower, but we couldn't find an opening. I think it had been purposely filled somehow, or blown, or bulldozed. That's a little different colored material than we've been seeing. Oh, but look at this vein. Wow. That's nice. Yeah, that's pretty. I love seeing veins like this. That's why we come in here. That's why the miners came in the first place, was to check out these veins. All the different ores, or minerals I should say. Another chute. 1938, a date on the wall, unless it's a distance. We're probably about that far in here, I would guess.
Watch this track of this.
Oh yeah, the old stabbing track.
I think there's a collapse up ahead, or backfilled. It needs backfilled.
Let me go take a peek. Yeah, there's some gobbing. Yeah, that's backfilled all right. Or it's the face. I think it's both. I think it's in that vein. I should have been a geologist. So this was some gobbing here and backfill and the face. You can see that that's the end of the drift right there. Neat mine though. It's the best thing we've seen today. We're just coming from that way at the end of the drift. This looks like it was a manway. Nicely timbered. Still in good shape. Ladders are gone. So there's possibly an upper and lower level here. Well, that's a vertical vein here, isn't it? This slab on my left is just about straight up and down. And this, I forget what this was. Oh yeah. I see a piece of a ladder down there. It probably fell in from here. Gotta watch my step here. Oh yeah, there's your ladder going up. This is in pretty rough shape right here with these buckled timbers. But that ladder's pretty tempting, isn't it? Well, that's a long ways up there too. First one's on solid. Well, I know it's here. It's possible that's an emergency exit too. But it does look like it goes a long ways. We're heading out now again. Cool little mine. Yeah, this big hanging wall on our left here is closing the gap, isn't it? These stulls, about every other one of them are failing. I'd like to go down there. Part of me would like to go down there, and part of me says it's pretty nice right where I'm standing. I'd like to see some track down there. Oh, 1918 and 1926. (1918), that was during World War I. 104 years ago, roughly.
You see the sign?
Probably not.
It says to mill level and
To mill what?
level, L-E-V, and then end. arrow pointing this way.
Oh, that's old too, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
To mill level end. So this goes all the way down to the mill?
How can it?
Well, you gotta work your way down. It doesn't look like you can walk down there because it's way too steep for that.
Yeah.
There's a couple of ledges, but unless you feel like sliding between the ledges. Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's correct, that would come out down to the mill. That'd be a fun trip because we're quite a ways up the mountain from the mill. We're at least a couple hundred feet above the mill.
Look at these pick marks.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, lots of pick marks. Okay, we're back to this intersection. We came from this way. That's where those cool stopes were on the angle. I think we went that way, and we came originally from this way. Another manway.
Alright, Tom's making his way up this ladder.
So far it's holding fast.
That's good. I'm trying not to be right below him.
It doesn't look like there's anything to fall on you, although, hold on a second here. I see trouble ahead.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What?
It's all jammed up. I can't go up here.
Okay, come on down.
It's all collapsed in.
Okay.
So I'm partway up this ladder and this is what I see up above me. Total collapse. I shouldn't even be here. If one of those boards lets loose, it's going to hit me right in the forehead. And they were about 30 feet above me. So let's get out of here. Not a good spot to be. I'm only a little ways up here. Ouch. The same thing got me again.
I even moved it.
Okay, here's Frenchie 37, Preacher Matt, W.E. Johnson, Jack Moss 1939. Better look down so I don't fall in a hole. Chicago SS. This one I can't read. Something Wilson. Maybe be able to read it in the video a little easier. Okay, this is the only spot we've skipped so far. Is this right? Would have been a left coming in. Let's check it out. Boy, never a dull moment around here, is there?
No.
Oh boy, back to the stope. Back to the angled stope. And up this way too, yep. And then this chute. Pretty nifty. Smells like sulfur back here. There's some explosive wrap. Oh no, that's canvas. I take it back. There's some explosive wrap. Very sulfury. Oh yeah, something's been pooping back here. Why do animals come so far in a mine when it's so dark? Something definitely marked its territory there, though, didn't it? This feels like dead air back here, too.
It does. This is creepy.
Well, let's see what we got. Julie's getting creeped out.
I think it got wet too.
Yeah, you can tell it's a little more humid. Oh yeah, it's got mud back in here. Where'd the water come from back here? Oh, getting hot. It's funny when you're in mines like this, funny that you go through zones. Seems like this might be an older section of the mine, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
It's been flooded too. There, now it's not so hot again. There's an old glove. Part of a dynamite box. Well, looks like we persevered. Here's the face of this drift. We made it to the whole main level. Oh, that vein almost goes in a circle there. Alright, let's go home. I'll buy you a beer again. I always owe Julie a beer at the end of the day for some reason or other.
Because I've earned it.
Yeah, you earned it. I'll buy you a pub beer or a regular Coors. That's all I got. Pub beer is from 10 Barrels Brewing up in Central Oregon. It's pretty good beer. What do you want?
Pub.
Alright, pub it is. Alright guys, well thanks for watching the video. We appreciate it. This was a fun little mine. We do have more options here. There's definitely a lower part of it, which would require a little rope work. Whoops. And probably an upper part too. Looks like a chute mouth right there. So anyway, thanks again, and we will see you on the next adventure. Bomber from 1943, that's World War II. We got World War I and II represented.